Hi, welcome to Sun on Sports. It's our second edition of 2009 from our new plush studios in Eden Prairie. This week, my name is Mike Shaughnessy. My colleagues on my right, John Sherman. On my left, Greg Kleven. Nick Clark is on special assignment this week. We'll return next week's show. For our first segment, we're going to preview and review some big events in our coverage area this week. First of all, there will be a game Friday night between two suburban hockey powers that don't necessarily get to see a lot of each other unless it's in the section tournament. Edina and Eden Prairie are playing tomorrow night. John covers Edina, Greg covers Eden Prairie, and John, what do you think? What do you think we can expect to see tomorrow night?
Well, first of all, we'll see a rare Friday night hockey game, Mike. Usually hockey is played Thursday and Saturday with a few Tuesday games thrown in, but a Friday night special this week. Edina playing over at Eden Prairie should be a great game. I mean, these teams obviously are two of the best in the state. I just saw Edina last week play against a team called Cloquet Esco Carleton over at Braemar. It was 9-0 for the final score, and I don't believe it was that close a game. Edina's playing awfully well with just one loss on the record, that being to Hill Murray early in the season. Greg, I believe that Edina's already got one up on Eden Prairie this year.
Yes, Eden Prairie's got the revenge factor plus home ice for Friday night's game. I believe it'll start at 7:30 at the Eden Prairie Community Center Ice Arena. And Lee Smith and his Eagle players are looking forward to this rematch. They know Edina is an elite team. I believe in the last rankings I saw, Bloomington Jefferson was 1. Edina, I believe, was 2. And I think Eden Prairie has been 4th or in the top 5 for most of the season. So it's going to be just a great game. People get to see some possible Division I players. You can speak to some of the Edina players, but number one, for Gopher hockey fans, they'll get a chance to look at Nick Letty, the defenseman, senior defenseman from Eden Prairie, and get a chance to see his talents. And he's built himself up now, 6 foot, about 185 pounds, and they're just a solid team. I look for a very close, low-scoring game. It's going to be tough for Eden Prairie to win, but maybe the home ice advantage can help a little bit. You know how the puck ricochets off the boards, a little of this, a little of that. But John, who are some of those Edina players to watch?
Well, as was the case during football season, we have to begin with Anders Lee, who's one of the greatest athletes ever to come through Edina, in my opinion. Leading scorer for the Hornets, bound for Notre Dame on a hockey scholarship. He's joined on the line with Connor Gardner, who's just a scrapping player, a great playmaker. And the other member of that line is Marshall Everson, who was the Hornets' leading scorer last year. So just a tremendous production line. They had 7 goals in that Cloquet Esco Carleton game and just dominated the flow of play almost completely. Hornets also have 2 great senior defensemen, Patrick Regan and Brendan Baker. They're as good as anyone around, and I think Coach Kirk Giles is doing something really smart. He's pairing those seniors with his younger defensemen, making sure he always has one of those seniors pretty close to the ice and pretty close to the action. So great job by Coach Giles figuring a way to get those seniors out there with his younger defensemen.
John, how has Edina been able to compensate for not having Zach Budish, one of their top players, as many people know, who injured his knee during football season and is not going to be playing hockey this winter?
Well, Mike, that's a big adjustment, and Budish, of course, will be playing for Coach Lucia with the Gophers next year. A great, great hockey player. Maybe would have been one of the top 2 or 3 players in the state, a candidate for Mr. Hockey. Without him, they've had to make some adjustments, sure. They mainly had to switch up the forward lines a little bit, balance it out a little bit, and they're doing a great job without him. I think with Mr. Budish in the lineup, they might be 15-0 instead of 14-1 right now. But 14-1 is awfully good these days with the parity that exists in Minnesota high school hockey.
Greg, I'm going to ask you to be Nostradamus for a minute. Eden Prairie has played very well on its own end for most of the season. They played number 1 ranked undefeated Bloomington Jefferson. It was a 2-1 game. Jefferson did outshoot Eden Prairie pretty heavily. Can you see Eden Prairie being able to hold down Edina's offense? Obviously, that's what they're probably going to need to do to win this game. But can they?
I think they can hold Edina to 3 goals or 2 or 3 goals, but whether they get 4 goals themselves, that's the question. Edina controls the puck so much that it's hard to get chances, in their zone and stuff. I know that is one thing that the Eagles will try to get more shots on goal than they did the last time they played Edina. You've got to try to. Edina likes to play that full court press offensively, and if you can get them backpedaling a little bit, that's your only chance. But I look for a 3-2, 4-3 type game. If Eden Prairie scores 4 goals, I think they can win.
All right, thanks, guys.